Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Myst, Masterpiece Edition. When last we left off, we had uncovered a terrible truth. Cirrus and Achenar are both guilty. They are both responsible for the damage that has happened to the books in the Myst library. They are responsible for the chaos and destruction, the ruination, and the possible demise of the inhabitants. This whole entire point was to decide which brother was guilty and which of them were innocent. And yet, we have found evidence that both brothers, both Cirrus and Achenar, are in fact collaborators. They were in on this together. They conspired against Atreus and possibly even against Catherine. We still don't know where Catherine is. We don't know if she's alive or anything. And we don't really know whether Atreus is alive. Freeing either Cirrus or Achenar is a mistake, is a bad thing. Do not free Cirrus and Achenar. However, all is not lost. Cirrus and Achenar both made a single fatal mistake, and that is the Green Book. Now, what happens when I touch the Green Book? The book that they said never to touch for fear that I might be trapped forever, for all eternity. Well, I'm holding the Green Book, and nothing's happened. The final thread, the one mistake that both Cirrus and Achenar made. Touching a book, any book, when it's closed, is not how you link to other worlds. Using a book is how you link to other worlds. But with the Green Book in our hand, Cirrus and Achenar's plans have been entirely foiled. Their plot to use us as a scapegoat, as a means to escape, as a means to regain their freedom and enact new atrocities in the wake of everything that they have already responsible for. But what is this Green Book, and why were they told never to touch it or even go near it? I believe the answers lie within the pages of the Green Book.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Dunny. Not yet. I have many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atreus. I fear you've met my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island. In my library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons, Cirrus and Achenar, we had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged me for access to those books, and I, of course, denied them. Oh, they devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. They used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except that they removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
And at last, mystery is revealed. Atris is alive and well. So Achena's story about him being murdered was clearly a fabrication. So the red and blue books, for those of you who weren't paying attention, are in fact trap books, prisons that Atris had created to ensnare anyone who might have stumbled upon his island of Myst via the Myst book that fell into our hands at the beginning of this Let's Play. Indeed, if had the Myst book fallen into hands other than our own, it could cause untold chaos and consternation of sorts. Unfortunately, it turns out that Sirius and Achenar believed that the red and blue books were special ages rather than trap books. And so they used Catherine, their own mother, to trap Atris in the green book. I believe he called the age that he was in Dunny, so that they could gain access to the red and blue books, not knowing that they were prisons of sorts. And Atris could return, except that a page from his own Myst linking book back here was stolen by Achenar, courtesy of Sirius. That's what the message is in Channelwood. That's what Sirius was talking about. Now, I'm going to make one last save. I'm going to save and see what happens if we return without the page in question.
Have you found the missing page? Come.
So let's see what happens when we link to Dunny without the page. We appear to be in a grand chamber of sorts. There is Atris at the desk. We don't have the page. Let's go talk to him.
My friend. You've returned. We meet face to face. And the page? Did you bring the page? You didn't bring the page. You didn't bring the page. What kind of fool are you? Oh. Did you not take my warning seriously? Welcome to Dunny. You and I will live here forever.
Yeah. Idris warned us not to come here without the page, and now that warning that both Sirius and Achenar had suddenly makes sense. We should have come here with the page. There is the Myst linking book on Atris's desk, and without that page we cannot use the Myst book to return to Myst. We made a mistake. Don't want to save. Let's try this again. One last time. So, we're back in the Myst library. But, hang on. How do we get the page? Where is the page? Well, remember that document? Remember that torn note that we found? One half was in Stoneship in Achenar's room. The other half was in Sirius's room on Channelwood. Now, I've written down notes containing both sides of that torn note. And together, the entire thing reads, Marker Switch Vault Access, Island of Myst. The vault is located in very plain view on the Island of Myst, and access can be achieved very easily if the simple instructions are followed. First, locate each of the marker switches on the island, turn every one of these switches to the on position. Then go to the dock, and as a final step, turn the marker switch there to the off position. So what we have to do to access the marker switch vault on the dock, well, we've done the first part. We've already turned on the marker switches so that they're all marked on the map. So now let's head back down to the dock, near where we first arrived, and see what happens when we flip the marker switch at the dock to the off position. Lo and behold, there's the vault. Lo and behold, there's the white page. Page that we need to complete the Myst book in Dunny, to help Atris achieve his dream. No, not dream, what am I talking about? To help him achieve his vengeance and justice against Sirius and Achenar, to finally truly punish them for their crimes. So now let us enter in pattern 158 for the very last time. For the final time in this Let's Play series. Pattern 158. And this time we have the page of the Myst linking book. So let's see Atris again.
Have you found the missing page? Come.
Yes, we have indeed. So now we can finally link to Dunny. To the age, the world, the realm that is Dunny. And the music is different. The music is not as somber or disheartening, it's actually uplifting. Things have finally been set right. We have the page. And this is a very large chamber.
Come here.
Indeed we will.
Ah, my friend. You've returned. And the page? Did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me. Give me the page. Please give the page. The page, my friend. The page.
Here it is. You've earned it.
You've done the right thing.
We have indeed. At long last.
I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
And with that, Atreus disappears, returning to Myst for the very first time in a long time. So this chamber is dunny. There appears to be some kind of door, or several door chambers around here. There's the desk where Atreus was, until just recently. And this door appears to have collapsed somehow. This appears to be a lamp of some kind. So something obviously happened, some sort of quake or something that caused that door to collapse. And there's the face of a bearded man in the center of the room. And this appears to be some sort of cavern or something. Are we underground? Is this chamber dunny, or is there something beyond it? There's really nothing else to indicate at this point, but all the doors appear to be the same. So, but this is a very interesting place. Like, this is really, the people who crafted this must have known what they were doing. Anyway, let's return to Atreus's desk and see if he shall return.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend. But my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, and reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst, the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more favor. I am fighting a foe much greater than my sons could even imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, feel free to enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you again. The book, you can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
And with that, justice has finally been granted. Atreus has now been freed from this chamber, if indeed freed is the right word for it. But now, here is the Myst book, and thanks to the page we recovered, the link is open again, so let us return, for the very last time, to the Myst library, which I suppose is now our library, in a sense. Ah, the red book is gone, with a burn mark to mark its remains. And now the blue book is also gone. Well, Atris is freed from Dunny. Sirius and Achenar have received the justice that they have brought upon themselves, but there are still further mysteries to be explored. Who is the foe that Atris is fighting against? And what is the fate of Catherine, who is somehow held hostage in the world of the book, in the age of the book that he is currently writing in? Why is he writing in that book? What compels him to do that? These answers shall not be explored in this Let's Play. So to end off, let us have a look. One last look at the sky painted on the ceiling of the Myst library. This concludes Let's Play Myst Masterpiece Edition. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play, such as it is. Myst is ours. The library, the journals, the ages, such as they are. And of course, even though that we cannot access it, the original Myst linking book that brought us to the island of Myst in the first place is now also ours. So thank you all for following me on this journey, and I hope you found these videos somewhat entertaining and enjoyable. And I hope you all look forward to my next Let's Play series in the future. As ever, adventurers, until next we meet.